This is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for these devotionals. I am so glad you're along for the journey. We're just reading through the Bible today. We're in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 4. It reads, "The reward for humility and fear of the Lord is riches, honor, and life." You know, in this life, we're going to strive for outcomes, aren't we? As men, we just do that, right? Solomon calls them here rewards. In other words, we're going to see something we want, and then we're going to do anything we can to have that thing. You know, for some men, this is a compulsion, isn't it? And Solomon knows this because he's a man with compulsions, just like each of us are. And he knows that there are three things that all men strive for: wealth, fame, and pleasure. He knows that. And while we assume Solomon might dismiss these three things, or even the pursuit of them, he actually doesn't here. He leaves that carrot kind of dangling there for us. And then he suggests a different method for pursuing the same three things. And the pursuit comes with two prerequisites. First, we have to learn to lay down our pride. In other words, we must give up all forms of self-preoccupation, right? This is challenging because we have so many little manifestations of pride in our life, as you know. Second, we have to learn to fear the Lord. In other words, we have to learn to leave human fears behind. And this is hard to do in a world that incessantly bombards us with fear, and because we have so many forms of fear in our own life. But if we're willing to do some work here and focus our time and energy on these two prerequisites, we will eventually realize that this pursuit is exhausting. It's actually impossible. We will never be able to fully lay down our pride or our human fear. But this doesn't mean the quest isn't worth it, because in the pursuit, we will discover a loving God who knows that we can't do it, and he sees us working ourselves to the point of exhaustion. And when we come to the point of exhaustion, God extends grace. And his grace is rich, and honorable, and life-giving. It is the richest resource man has ever known. And God gives it generously because we could not work for it, we could not strive for it, or earn it. And usually at this point, a man may encounter the big three: wealth, fame, and pleasure. But they don't matter to us anymore because we have something better. A God who is rich in endless grace. You know, today, gentlemen, pursue life with passion, but remember, we pursue a God who is rich in grace, crazy rich. So worry less about worldly rewards and more about his reward. It's a pursuit of genuine riches and life and honor. You know, James 4:6 says this, "But he gives more grace. Therefore it said, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to who? The humble." I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Share this with someone you know, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.